Kelly, my name is Heather Hendrickson. I am a team leader with Usborne Books and More, and I cannot wait to share some books with you tonight at Casey's Book Club. It is going to be phenomenal. It is so exciting to be able to share these books with you, and you're going to be able to create your own wish list tonight right there on the computer, right during the party. You don't have to go anywhere, and that wish list is going to be sent directly to you. So do not fear. It may be book overload, but it's something that it's definitely manageable. So I wanted to pull from those 2,000 books that we have on the website, wanted to pull just a sampling based on your all boy 7-year-old, and I cannot wait to do just that. I know you said he likes dinosaurs, and I wanted to share some really great dinosaur resources with you first. The first is the books by Dr. Ben Gerard. Now there are 4 books in the series: Velociraptor, T-Rex, Stegosaurus, and Triceratops. I think those are the 4. There are 4 books in that series. They can be purchased separately, or you can purchase them as a group together. One of the very coolest things that I have ever seen is Dr. Ben Gerard talking about why he created this series. Now, when students learn about dinosaurs in the classroom, they are getting a lot of outdated information because paleontology is changing constantly. And Dr. Ben Gerard is right there in the field of paleontology, and he has a passion for bringing it to life for kids. And he is a researcher, and he shares that research with kids, what is on the forefront of actual studying dinosaurs. So these are fantastic books. So you think you know about, and this one happens to be the Velociraptor. Fabulous science in here, fabulous information. It's going to really get into the nitty-gritty of where these lived and what they did when they did it. So definitely take a look at his books. They are phenomenal. Another resource that we have that is new, this is the fold-out dinosaur timeline. I love this for young kids. I love this for older kids. I love this for even high schoolers if they're interested. It is phenomenal. The front side is going to be nothing but just amazing dinosaurs. It tells you a little bit about when they lived, and shows you kind of comparison of how big they were. So that's really cool. But then you get to the back side. The back side is my favorite part. Check this out. It's going to give you the actual timeline, what is living in what period, where they were. It is absolutely phenomenal to share all of this information with the kids, and it's so good. It has so much information about the Triassic and the Jurassic periods, so much information packed into a very small little book. So definitely check that out. Now, for that car lover, that car enthusiast, we have lots of books on things that go, okay? And there's some that are definitely for that age range. For instance, Look Inside Things That Go. It's going to talk about the engines that are in there, what the different parts, particular things actually use. I love that it talks about so many different types of vehicles in here. Race cars, gets really in depth with that and what's inside them. So I really do love Look Inside Things That Go. That's to about 8 years old. This is Look Inside How Things Work. Same concept. It's going to be looking at simple machines, very educational, be looking at electronics as well as engineering. So you've got your engines there, how they work, what works in a house, how that works. Love, love, love that. But then you have things like this. This is Top Speed Cars. This is such a cool book. It has all of these really cool cars, and what's inside, it reminds me of a showroom magazine at a dealership, but there are so many really cool cars in here that we don't typically hear or even see about. They're all over the world. So definitely take a look at that if cars are something he's interested in. Another book that I found for 7 and up that really does explore some great educational topics, but really appeals to those all boy types. And that is the Book of Comparisons. This book is phenomenal in that it takes, at around the age of 7, between 7 and 8, kids are starting to stop comparing themselves to the world around them and starting comparing different items. So like the planets and how they compare to each other, or miniature marvels, those animals that are tiny, survival, how they survive, heaviest and largest. It's not just animals, although that seems to be what I'm finding in here. It really isn't. The Earth's energy, how we're using, what we're using to supply energy. So many different comparisons in this book that are absolutely fabulous and so much great information. So definitely take a look at that. Another series that I have found very much appeals to those all boys is our Bear Grylls series. Now, we also have chapter books as well that would be perfect for 7 years old. The Survival Skills Handbooks. There are 3 of them. They go through different ways to survive in the wild. So this one happens to be camping, maps and navigation, knots, dangers, and emergencies. There's one that's medical first aid, cloud watching, weather watching, so many different ones. There's 3 volumes to this. That's really cool. We also have things like Extreme Planet and Survival Skills. These are larger books that bring to the forefront those science concepts and how you would survive in those extreme areas, what you would encounter, what they do to survive. So that's really cool. It also has a little bit of cultural experience in here as well. So that's a really great science and history, cultural anthropology, kind of all rolled into one. And then of course you have the history-based ones like our Epic Climbs and Epic Expeditions. These are phenomenally written. It has Bear Grylls' point of view on these famous expeditions and famous expeditions like Lewis and Clark. It has it has the history and then kind of what he puts in about it and how they were to survive. And so that's a really cool concept, and I absolutely love these books. Boys love them as well. Last but not least, I wanted to mention this. One of the things that you had said was that he likes dinos, and there's actually a Build Your Own Dinosaur sticker book, which is really cool, but I wanted to share this because they are so neat. One of the things that they do is the page has the dinosaur pieces on it, and it gives you a page number. So you go to that page number. I'm not going to sit here and try to find the page number. But it gives you the stats, in this case for the dragons, gives you a little bit of information, and then you get to fill in the pieces. It's great fine motor skill practice for those kids who are maybe struggling with handwriting and things like that. It really does help. I hope these help. These are books that may or may not be featured tonight in the party, but I wanted you to kind of have a look at them so that you knew that they were available. Have a fabulous day. Let me know which ones you love.